Yeah.
Let's go Rockets, Lakers, game one. This is going to be extremely enjoyable. Rockets pace 107.35 in the 8 seeding game, so went down to 100.65 in the playoffs. Lakers pace went up a little bit in their first round series from 101.88 possessions a game to 102.40 possessions a game. Game 7 over the Thunder. You know, the Rockets showed a lot of good things, and Harden wasn't scoring, yet they win. Eric Gordon went 5 for 9 from 3. Covington looked very strong. And now they face such a different opponent because Adams couldn't get it done. Even Gallinari couldn't get it done. Now they're going to have to face AD, who could just, shit all over these guys. And I wonder if – I don't know what they're going to do with AD. I don't know what they could possibly do with AD. Sorry, Mike here. There we go. Let's see what we are dealing with. The Rockets open up as 3.5-point dogs. They are now 4-point dogs at some books, 3.5. Oh, shit, that's still first half. Sorry, my fault. My fault.
I was like, where's this at? Let me get that.
Yeah, I was like,
They open as 6.5-point dogs full game, and now 6. The total at 226, now 224 at some books, 225, 225.5 as well. Let's go Rockets, Lakers, Dutch Boy Fresh. What are you thinking here?
Okay, my man. So this is what I'm going to call the freshest look of the day. I'm all over the Lakers, -6. Just what we seen last night with, the Clippers and the Mavs, the Clippers and the Nuggets. The Nuggets coming off that hard game 7. They just didn't have it. I almost look at it the same way. The Thunder and the Rockets had such a tough game 7. To be honest with you, I don't think they should even be in this series. OKC lost that game. I don't really think Houston won that game. Harden looked shook. It was just not a great performance. I agree. Covington showed up. Jeff Green had a nice game. Eric Gordon finally, did his thing. So I do see Eric Gordon playing better in this series, but it's just a nightmare matchup all around. The biggest guy on the court is Covington at 6'7" for Houston. Their center is 6'5". The smallest guy on the court is Caldwell Pope for the Lakers. He's 6'5". I mean, they're just too big, too strong, too talented. I do believe Russ will have a pretty solid series here. He seems to play pretty well against the Lakers. But what I'm looking for is Dwight Howard also to have a big series. I know they got in August 6th, they played. The Lakers didn't look to do too well. They didn't really focus too much on the bubble. But what I looked from that game was in 20 minutes, Howard had 15 rebounds. So I think when he plays against Houston, he shows up. And then, of course, Kuzma, he had a nice game too. He started over LeBron, had 21. So I look for Kuzma and Howard to have, pretty big games in the series, especially game 1. But what it comes down to is AD, LeBron, and they need that third one. So Kuzma is what I think is going to be the third piece. If not, it needs to be Danny Green or Caldwell Pope. If one of those three can just show up, this game is easy 10-point win, double digits, no problem. I'm all over the Lakers -6.
Lakers -6 for Dutch Boy Fresh. Quick question, Dutch Boy. I see constantly, and we saw it again last night with the Nuggets, that this team that just finished a 7-game series is good for 12 minutes. They're just
right.
It happens year in and year out that the tired dog covers the first quarter. And it was just shameful that I didn't take the Nuggets first quarter yesterday. I feel like I need to take the Rockets first quarter here, +2.5. What do you think of that angle?
I only look that way. I like the Rockets early, but then again, I look at it and I'm just like, I don't want to bet the Rockets. I don't want to have any of my money on the Rockets. I really don't. But I was this close to betting them first quarter and maybe even first half. And I thought about it. I'm like, this game should be a blowout from start to finish. I do see maybe the Houston coming out a little bit quick in the first 12. So I'm not mad at that play because it did definitely cross my mind. But then I thought, like, why the hell do I want to bet the Houston Rockets against the Lakers? I just don't want to.
I hear you. C-Mac, take it away. Game 1, Lakers-Rockets.
Totally agree. I can't bet the Rockets. No way. I got to take the Lakers -6 here. I think it's kind of a steal at 6. I mean, I like it. So, yeah, I got to take Lakers -6. The only other thing I was looking at is like Dutch was saying, I might take a prop because I don't take a lot of props all the time. But like he said, they need Kuzma to step up, and he would be a guy. Is over 12.5 is plus 110. I might take that tonight. He needs to play well in this series for them just to coast. So and another guy like Pope or Green, they need to have good nights. But Kuzma's got to be the third guy, basically every night for them to win the title, or beat the Clippers. He's got to step up. So I might play that with that prop, but I'm on the Lakers -6 all day.
Man.
Let's talk about this prop market. I know we kind of skipped it in the Heat Bucks series, but this is a whole new situation here. And I always find game 1 and 2 of series is when you can take advantage of the player prop market, less so as it moves forward. Let's go to Kuzma 12.5. That's juice to the under here, CMAC. -130 to the under, -110 to the over. Russell Westbrook at 22.5. That's juice to the over. And AD at 30.5, juice to the under. And that does go against my rule of not taking player props over 29.5. Do you agree that Kuzma's the prop look here, Dutch boys? Or anything else you're looking at?
Yeah, I've had a rough go with these props after Ibaka and Gallinari the last couple of days. But I definitely like Kuzma. I do. But I do think it could be Danny Green or Caldwell Pope. I think when you look at that series that Houston played, the wings for OKC could get off. I mean, even Schroeder was coming in and getting his. I just think there's just more talent on obviously the Lakers. So it's one of those three. I think Kuzma's the most talented out of the three. But if Danny Green gets hot from three, what happens. Caldwell Pope as well. But yeah, when I look at the three, I definitely think Kuzma. And would you say it was 11.5? I mean, if you can't get 11.5 against these guys, I don't know what's happening out there.
No, you're right. And I guess it probably was 11.5 and being hammered and was moved to 12.5 here at Bet365. That's the only reason why this under is juiced. Yeah. We have DJ Big Boss is on the Rockets first quarter as his big chinga play of the day.
Chinga.
And so am I. Rockets first quarter plus 2.5. I think they come out flying. I think they come out excited. Ron Walsek, LeBron over rebounds and maybe assists. Hate props, but this one is golden. Let's talk about Braun here. What are his points? Is at 29.5? I mean, I would take the under there, but you never know when LeBron's gonna, make you rue the day that you doubted him. The players' points, assists, and rebounds, or just let's go to assists and rebounds. That'll be a better one. Assists and rebounds for LeBron. He is at 20.5. What are your expectations of LeBron in this series? Dutch, what do you think?
Obviously, I think LeBron's going to get off. They have nobody to stop him. I don't like the points as much because Houston actually doubles a lot, and we know LeBron's probably the most unselfish player out there. Shooters are going to be open, so I like the assists and the rebounds. I don't know as much though on the rebounds either because they're just not that big down there with Houston. But I see him easily getting double-digit assists in each and every game, and he's going to get his. He's going to get his stats. But I probably would look somewhere else.
Just before we go to CMAC, Churchill Downs is rolling. Remember, it's Kentucky Oaks Day today. Tomorrow, we're going to be live all day for the Kentucky Derby live betting. Razor Sharp dropping his action for race 2 at Churchill Downs, 236 exacta box, 23610 try box over at Churchill Downs for Razor Sharp picks. If we're going to go into NHL next. If you guys want to pop your horse action in the chat, we will throw it up there. CMAC, what's your LeBron expectations?
I think he plays well, but I wouldn't take that 29.5. No way. Yeah, because like you said, I just don't like it. I'm not, like I said, I don't love the props. I like Anthony Davis. Points, rebounds, assists over 44.5, but it's -150. Just so pass. I think he gets there. I think he has a game. I think, like you said, they're so small, the Rockets. I think he can get 15 boards easily around there, something like that, at least 10. So that's good, but -150, I don't love it. So nothing really on that end of the prop.
You said, is it -150?
I have right here, over 44.5. What do you have?
Oh, okay, 44.5. They've gone up to 45.5 here.
Oh, okay.
So -115. Okay. Okay. Very, very, very interesting. So both Dutchy and CMAC on Lakers full game and myself and DJ Big Boss on the Rockets first quarter. What about from a totals perspective here? Let's see what it is at right now. It's sitting at 222.5. What kind of market movement have we had? Go back to full game. It's gone from, wow. Do I really have, did I say 225.5, sorry. 225.5. It started at 226, down to 225.5. Dutch boy, what's your expectation on the pace and the total?
I just have to sit back and watch game one, to be honest with you, boss. I don't like Houston's defense. They played good defense, I guess, against OKC, but I think it was more of a lack of an offense from OKC. Dort shot more than damn near anyone else on the whole team. Adams didn't show up. I don't know what the hell he was doing. I don't know. It's hard to take an under with Houston. And I just think it's LA's pace. They run it. I'll see how they go, and then I can go more off of game one. But I can't bet the over under game one.
I hear you, staying away from totals game one, wanting to see what the pace is like. C-Mac, what do you think?
Yeah, totally agree. I want to watch game one. I think, of course, the lean's the over. So like in a Rockets game, I always kind of lean over. And like you said, the only reason why those games weren't going over against OKC is just that's OKC how they play. They slow it down. They like to keep the game, low hundreds, high 90s. Throughout the year, they've been like that.
Man, they just don't have the scores.
Yeah, so I lean over, but yeah, I want to watch game one, see how. And the Lakers can, when they play D, they can shut a team down pretty well,
And they lost game one too, so they should come out ready to rock and roll here. They lost game one in the previous series, so they've already been hitting them out. So I don't expect that to happen. I do. Hope Houston comes out a little early, puts it on them. Maybe I'll get a live play, but that 6 should be good all day.
Shane Schwader bullish on these Russell Westbrook props at 22.5.
Yeah, he had 41. He had 41 in the one game he played against them. I looked that up. It was in LA, and we know when he goes to Cali, he likes to show out. So
yeah,
it's a little different in the bubble.
All right, I'm gonna stay off the props game. It's been hurting me. Been hurting me, and I'm going to try to keep this roll going on. So I'm just going to be on Rockets first quarter plus 2.5. But the more I think of that spot on Russell Westbrook, 22.5. Strange Twitter says super bullish. My dude's going to hit. Who guards Russell? Gabriel Hernandez is on the under. He's on the under in both games, 226 and 220. What are you getting now? 223.5. MMA Locker Room is going to be on the LeBron over 9.5 assists. And Jesse Daly says, if you think Lakers cover easy, I would point to an under. All right. Okay, so we're going to stay up play. But I guess the more I think, because Westbrook looked so bad in that series, maybe this is the type of series where he can step up. Ari Miller is 5 unit play on Westbrook over 22.5. He's got 1 unit on him over 30.5. Is this the perfect series for Russell Westbrook? Dutch, what do you think?
I do like Russell Westbrook in this series. I don't like him in the fourth quarter, but I think he'll get off probably 3.5 quarters. It's not the dude's right. Whoever said that, I didn't hear the name, but he's right. It's not a great matchup for Russ. I think they are going to focus more on Harden and not let him kind of get off and kind of let Russ get his. So I do see the 22.5. I don't know about the 30.5, but I see him getting, 28 points.
I think that makes sense. Don't let Harden go off for 50 game one. Don't let Harden.
Right.
I think that makes sense. Russell Westbrook drives me crazy, and I have to stare at him all game.
It might be a little too much, but I do like that look. I'm not going to take it, but I definitely think the series favors Russ in here for sure.
Ado says Westbrook under 22.5. He still needs time to heat up. Noli knows his Lakers have trouble guarding point guards. All right, I'm going to jump in on the Westbrook. I'm going to jump in with Shane Schwader. Westbrook over 22.5 points. Rockets first quarter plus 2.5. What a treat it was to have Dutch Boy Fresh making his betting with the bag debut. We need more Fresh. on this
Fresh.
show.
Yeah, man. Fresh Fridays, baby.
Fresh Fridays, man. Fresh Fridays. Maybe we get you more.
Fresh whenever you want, though. I like it more than Friday. I'm fresh every day.
I love it, Dutch Boy Fresh. Follow our man on Twitter at Dutch Boy Fresh. And man, it's a treat to roll with you. Love it. Can't wait to be in Vegas, hanging with you in person. And thank you for your great work here on your Betting with the Bag debut, my man. Thank you.
I appreciate you guys, man. Much love. Take care, guys.
All right, Dad. Later, brother.
There he is. There he is, getting the love from the chat as we speak. Dutch Boy Fresh.